What's going on, listeners? It is April 7th. It is a Monday. It is a cold, rainy day in Pennsylvania right now. As a Florida boy, not liking it. I hope you guys have some sunshine and warm weather where you're at. No luck today. It is dreary, but we're staying dry inside. Today I got Coy down below the desk sleeping. We have some news updates for you guys. If you haven't watched the show, we have 5 episodes of me interviewing artists, musicians that I know from the area, and we're starting to do live segments every day, every weekday at 5. So if you haven't been paying attention, SNL is having their 50th anniversary right now. So they're really going ham on all the guests they're having. If you watch it each weekend, there's a lot of guests that are just joining, that are in town. It's a super interesting time to follow SNL as they have been around for a long time. But today we're going to talk about Jack Black, the multifaceted world of Jack Black. And we're going to explore the endeavors he's had in film, television, and music, as well as his personal engagements and public responses that he's had to his work, which are always super entertaining. So Jack Black returned to SNL after nearly 2 decades. He made a triumphant return last Saturday on the 5th. His dynamic presence and comedic prowess were evident throughout the episode. Jack's opening monologue featured a spirited rendition of Steve Winwood's Back in the High Life Again, setting the energy tone for the night. Sketch highlights include parodies of dating shows and a humorous commercial for Flamin Hot products. If you didn't see that, it was Flamin Hot Cheetos. And he was eating it with hot wings, and then he had a Flaming Hot preparation H that he was selling. It was pretty funny. It was very Jack Black. He also showcased his versatility and his comedic timing throughout that episode. The episode received positive reviews, with critics noting Black's ability to engage both the live audience and the viewers at home. Jack Black has never had a hard time engaging viewers. That is one thing that's for sure. So one of the things that he has coming out very soon that he's really pushing is a Minecraft movie. And it's got some cultural impact, apparently. Jack Black stars as Steve in the recently released a Minecraft movie, which debuted April 4th. Despite mixed critical reviews, the film has achieved remarkable commercial success, grossing approximately $300 million globally during its opening weekend. I wonder how much it cost them to make it, seeing that's all CGI and high-paid actors. The movie has also sparked a viral trend amongst audiences, particularly during the scene where Black's character references a chicken jockey, in quotes, leading to enthusiastic and at a time disruptive reactions in the theaters. Cinema chains have responded by implementing stricter policies to manage audience behavior. Don't know what the big deal is on chicken jockey. If somebody wants to comment down below as to what that is, if it's a cultural reference, I'm really not sure. Heartwarming interaction on the Kelly Clarkson show. I don't know if you've been watching Kelly Clarkson's show, but she's also making some really cool endeavors in the music and entertainment business right now. So in touching moments on the Kelly Clarkson show, it aired April 3rd. Jack Black surprised Tanner Smith, a fan featured on Netflix Love on the Spectrum. Tanner, a devoted admirer of Black, was overjoyed and didn't expect meeting Jack Black. The interaction lasted, it was a long time. It was a great interaction between the two. I saw clips of it over the weekend. You'll definitely recognize Tanner if you've been watching any of the Love on the Spectrum clips or anything having to do with the show. He was blown away meeting Jack Black. It was really funny. It was really cool seeing them interact. I believe Tanner had actually said that he had planned on meeting Jack Black by the time he's 31. I think he's like 27 or something like that. So he met him early. It was a cool life goal from what Kelly said, that he had planned to meet him at a certain age. Very interesting. But it was really cool watching those two interact. Let's get into Tenacious D and their hiatus. There's some rumors of their return. In August of 2024, Jack Black announced a hiatus for his band Tenacious D, following the controversial remarks made by bandmate Kyle Gass during a performance. Black emphasized the need for a break, stating that we need to take a break. Everybody needs a break sometimes. However, he reassured fans that the band would return when the fight felt right. When the time felt right, he said. So that's a very interesting piece that really kind of got blown over a little bit by... it wasn't discussed a whole lot. I believe Kyle made some political comments. I'm not sure what side it was for. And I believe Jack Black, who has an ongoing contract right now with a lot of big movie studios, kind of was like, hey, man, shh, don't kill my deals. So I do hope to see Tenacious D come back, which is kind of funny because Tenacious D was one of those bands that obviously tried to offend people, definitely pushed the limits, and it's funny that they're kind of holding back. But social media presence and political engagement, Jack Black has maintained an active presence on social media platforms, using his influence to engage with fans and address political issues. Recently, he delivered a strong endorsement of President Biden, simultaneously offering critique to former President Trump. The statement has sparked discussion among fans and the public, reflecting Black's willingness to use his platform for political discourse. It's funny. I do feel like the last voting terms, we really heard a lot from people in Hollywood. I feel like for the first time ever, we had a lot of Hollywood really chime in on the importance to vote, but also who they were voting for. I feel like I'm 42. That's the first time I've really seen that many people that are famous chime in to politics. Jack Black continues to captivate audiences with his diverse talent and genuine personality. From his return to SNL to starring in his role in Minecraft, the movie, heartfelt interactions with fans and musical endeavors, Black remains a prominent figure in the entertainment industry. His engagement, both professionally and personally, underscore his multifaceted career and enduring appeal. I've been watching Jack Black for, it's been decades now. And one of the things my girlfriend and I commented after and during his SNL performance was, I want to say Jack is in his 50s, and he's still moving around that stage like he's in his 20s. My girlfriend said, I'd be laid up for a week after moving around that stage like he did, even for 10 minutes. So super impressed by, he's a big guy. He might be bigger than me. I don't know. I don't know what his weight is. I don't know what his stature is, but he's a big guy and he's still moving around like it's nothing. Respect to Jack Black. It was an amazing performance by him on SNL, even though I wasn't that impressed with a lot of the skits, his acting, and his comedic composure that he has with his facial expressions and how he really pushes them in the scene always just crack me up. So again, this is a live segment. Feel free to comment down below. Let us know you're there. Let us know what you think. So second segment of the show today, the guitarist in my band, Scott, went to see the Deftones play in Philly on Friday night. I'm waiting to get some live video of that. Can't wait. I'm a huge fan of Deftones. I'm going to do a little background on Chino, their lead singer, and then talk a little bit about what they have going on. So Chino, the sonic shapeshifter of modern rock. Camilo Moreno, born in June 20th of 1973, Sacramento, California, is best known as the passionate shape-shifting vocalist of Deftones. As the emotional core and creative compass of the band, he's been the emotional core and creative compass of the band since its inception in 1988. He became one of the most distinct voices in alternative and heavy music, blending whispery melodies and cathartic screams and deeply introspective lyrics. So Chino was raised in a culturally rich household, Mexican, Chinese, and Native American descent. That's a hell of a mix. That's what you get in California. You get some really cool ethnicity mixes that you just don't get in the rest of the United States. And he grew up deeply influenced by both hip-hop and post-punk acts. Artists like The Cure, Depeche Mode, Bad Brains, and Faith No More helped shape his taste in music and later helped him defy the sounds of modern rock in the band Deftones. He co-founded the band with his childhood friend, Abe Cunningham and Stephen Carpenter, starting out in a Sacramento skate and hardcore scene. From the Let Go, Chino's unique vocal style, marked by the ability to glide from breathy falsetto to guttural growls, set the band apart in the nu metal wave they were often unfairly lumped with. I remember watching a video while doing the research where when they really started, they were being called Korn Light, which they did not like. Definitely a band that can play with Korn, definitely in that same musical genre, but very different when it comes to their sound. So Chino actually has a couple other side projects. He has a band. It's Three Crosses. It's called Crosses. It's a dark electronic project with synth-driven goth pop sound. This project leans heavily on his love for the 80s new wave and ambient music. He also has a project called Team Sleep, which is more experimental ambient rock that lets Chino explore softer vocal tones and more introspective songwriting. And then he has a third side project called Palms, a collaborative project with members of the band ISIS, not the terrorist group, which is a post-metal band that combines atmospheric rock and sludge. So I'm sure if you like the Deftones, you'll like that project. So let's get into the Deftones. Let's see. So they started a North American tour this year. Deftones have embarked on a robust North American tour, marking their first headlining run since 2022. The initial leg started February 25th in Portland, Oregon, and featured special guests, the Mars Volta and Fleshwater. I've definitely listened to Mars Volta. I've not listened to Fleshwater. Mars Volta is definitely a huge band from the early 2000s. They were in multiple bands before Mars Volta, the members of that band. This leg includes notable performances such as a sold-out show at Madison Square Garden in New York on April 3rd. And the first leg is set to conclude April 9th. So it's really a short tour. Due to the overwhelming demand, Deftones announced a second leg of their North American tour. This extension kicks off August 22nd at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. And it includes stops in major cities such as Chicago, Toronto, Kansas City. The supporting acts for these dates are the Phantographs and Idols on select shows, with the Barbarians of California opening at every venue. Additionally, Deftones are slated to headline the Aftershock Festival in Sacramento, their hometown, alongside Blink-182, Korn, and Bring Me the Horizon. That's a really good lineup right there. That's some really heavy hitters. Anticipation for new music. Fans are eagerly awaiting new material from the Deftones. In February of this year, Chino was interviewed and indicated that the release of their next album was getting very close. While specific details remain under wraps, this statement has heightened the anticipation for the band's upcoming work with fans. So, celebrating their anniversary this year marks a significant milestone for the Deftones and their discography. The band is celebrating a 30-year anniversary of their debut album, Adrenaline, and a 25th anniversary of White Pony, which is definitely one of their most well-known albums, and a 15th anniversary of Diamond Eyes. To commemorate these anniversaries, Deftones plan to incorporate special elements into their live performances, including playing select tracks from these new albums. So if those are albums that you really like from them, this would be a tour you want to get on. They're probably going to go really heavy on those albums and go a little bit lighter on the new stuff, possibly. Speculation on Glastonbury Festival appearance. Rumors have been circulating about Deftones potentially performing second. Let's see. Potentially performing at the festival in June of 2025. The speculation arose after the bands announced the UK tour dates that align with the festival's schedule. While no official confirmation has been made, fans are hopeful for a surprise appearance. So we'll see what the Deftones pull out for that. Deftones continue to demonstrate their enduring influence and relevance in the music industry with an extensive tour, promise of new music, and a celebration of landmark album anniversaries. They've got 3 landmark album anniversaries this year. Super impressive. The band offers so much for the fans this year, and those interested in experiencing their live performance. Tickets and tour information are available, and on their official website. You can get the authorized tickets from any authorized platform as well. So, if you love Deftones, make sure you go out and see them this year. I've heard nothing but great reviews from friends, musicians, and friends that I actually play music with. Again, if you like the Deftones, they've got a lot of music that they'll be playing from their bigger albums on this tour. Last segment of the day. So if you've been watching the show, I tend to plug a local Philadelphia band and a news report about them. We'll see how this goes from here on out with the show. I would like to start getting some locals in here for these little segments. We'll see how that goes. I shoot every day at 5 here in Phoenixville. I'm probably going to be moving it to my house, but I can move back and forth from the studio to the studio at my house. But today's band we're going to be featuring is My Cousin's Girlfriend's House. So these guys, I'm not sure where they're out of. I know some of them, they definitely play the Allentown area a lot. I'm not quite sure where they hail from, but they are a pop punk band, I would say, that I have not played with, but a lot of the bands I'm friends with have played with. So they're electrifying pop punk and alternative indie band hailing from the Philadelphia area. They formed in 2020 during the pandemic. this quartet has rapidly carved out a distinctive niche in the vibrant Philly music scene. They definitely have. I see that they're playing out all the time. I see they're playing at all the venues that you want to play at. I see they're playing with all the bands that they need to be playing with. They're definitely doing stuff right, and they're putting out a lot of music video and a lot of content. They're really doing it right. So the formation of the music style, they emerged from 2020, bringing together musicians deeply rooted in the Philly DIY music community. Their sound is dynamic and fuses that bridge the gap between bands like Foo Fighters, Blink-182, Hot Mulligan, and Transit. This blend results in a nostalgic, familiar, yet innovative feel. It's characterized by soaring three-part harmonies and infectious live energy. That's definitely one of the things I've noticed about them, even though I haven't seen them live. I've seen clips of their live show. I know people have seen them live. They're really known for being a very energetic and a very communicative band live. I know they definitely feed off of their audience a lot, and they definitely play with their audience when they're playing live, which is kind of something you see from Blink-182 a lot. In August of 2024, they released their 6-song EP, All for the Love and All for Nothing is the title, and under Heading East Records, which we announced Heading East Records on one of the shows last week. It is a record label by Fred Mascherino, who was formerly of Taking Back Sunday. He's in the band The Color Fred. He has a couple other projects. Amazing musician. This EP showcases the band's evolution, featuring tracks like So Bleak and Frostbite, which highlight their ability to blend emotional lyrics with compelling melodies. The EP was produced by Matt Brash of the Wonder Years, another heavy-hitting pop-punk band that's from the Philadelphia area, and was mixed by Nick Steinborn and mastered at Studio 4 by Will Yip, who we also mentioned last week in the news update. It reflects the band's commitment to high-quality production. Those are all really high-quality facilities and producers that you could go with in this area. I know a lot of bands that I'm friends with have recorded with Matt Brash. I've done mixing and mastering with him, as well as Will Yip. Definitely Will Yip is not cheap, but definitely one of the best people you can hire for mixing and mastering and recording in the Philadelphia area. Live performances and tours. Known for their dynamic stage presence, they perform with various venues, including the Foundry. Their live shows are marked as an infectious energy that resonates with the audience, solidifying their reputation as a must-seen act in the local music scene. So recent develops as of April 2025, they're slated to perform at the Heading East Festival on April 19th at the Foundry in Philadelphia. This lineup has a ton of really good local bands. I know it has a Color Fred, it has Lolito, it has Sleep Cycles. It's going to be a really good concert. If you have that day free, I would definitely make sure you go and check out that festival. It's going to be a really good festival. It's the second one that they've done. I'm hoping they continue to do it every year, and I hope they make it bigger. So if you want to check them out live, here are a couple of the dates. April 19th at the Foundry for the Heading East Festival. The 25th, they're playing in Lancaster. May 31st, they're playing in Baltimore. And June 3rd, if you're in Philly, they're playing at Milk Boy, which is a great venue, and they're playing with Sleep Cycles, Keep Flying, Cheer Up Dusty. Again, super great band to see live. If you're going to be in the area, make sure you go to the Heading East Festival. Let's just take a look at the lineup that they have for the Heading East Festival. So again, you've got bands like The Color Fred, Amora, great guys. Again, My Cousin's Girlfriend's House, Sleep Cycles, Lolito, Mighty Tortuga, Winter Forever, and Challenger. These are all really good bands, Heading East puts out some great stuff. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. That is all we have for today, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Share with a friend. If you have any news pieces you'd like me to cover or do some investigative journalism on, shoot me a message. Over and out.